Welcome to the Wellness Abundance Podcast. I'm Melissa King, your podcast host, certified master health coach, certified personal trainer, and founder of Wellness Abundance Coaching. The purpose of this podcast is to share healthy lifestyle tips to empower you to design the abundant life you want and deserve. I'll chat with inspiring people who have built a strong foundation to build a life they love. I believe we all have the power within ourselves to create wellness abundance in all areas of our life. We simply need to find the courage within ourselves to take action. Our vision for this podcast is to help you create wellness abundance in your life with clarity, empowerment, and flexibility. Grab your favorite beverage and enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome back to the Wellness Abundance Podcast. I'm super excited to be back in the podcast world. We took a little hiatus from recording some episodes and just to kind of adjust and make the transition into a new work schedule a little bit easier. I'm a big proponent of really focusing on not overwhelming yourself, and has been a really good lesson for me because I am one who I have all these ideas and I think they're really great and I'm really excited about them and I want to implement them all at once, and I really have to kind of rein myself in and give myself permission to take a step back. And so I don't get burnt out, because I've done that before. It's not fun. It's not pretty. It's not helpful for my marriage and all my other relationships. So so thank you for your patience with us coming back to you. So I'm super excited that we're kind of kicking off a little revamp of the Wellness Abundance Podcast with our brand new Fitness Abundance Club. Yes. Okay. So for those of you who have been with me for a while, you know I launched a Fitness Abundance Club online personal training / fitness video program a couple years ago. While it was great, it was fun. I got some really positive feedback from the women who participated in it. My headphone just fell out. That's okay. That's life. Right? Okay, so I'm just going to roll with it and I'm just going to keep talking. Anyways, so I rolled it out a couple years ago, and while it was great, it was awesome. I loved it. Everyone who participated in it loved it. However, it wasn't there. I knew inside there was something missing to it. There was a missing component to it, and I couldn't quite figure out what it was until recently. So what I did is I stopped offering Fitness Abundance because I wasn't really, I want to offer you quality services, quality products. And I'm always looking to, improve my one-on-one coaching program and my fitness programs. And I'm always, keeping in touch with what is happening in the health and fitness world. And I also really focus on bringing you a unique program, something that maybe someone else is doing, but there's not a lot of people out there doing it. And that's not just to kind of set myself apart from others, but I am really a big proponent of adding the extra layer of coaching into a fitness program. It's not just about like, here, I'm going to train you. I'm going to figure out where you are in your fitness level. And then I'm going to program these workouts for you. And I'm going to teach you form. And I'm going to do these workouts with you, or just be with you and support you. I've always wanted to add that extra layer on. And the coaching community I am a part of really helped me learn some more skills about how to do that more efficiently and effectively, so you can get better, sustainable results. So I have decided to revamp Fitness Abundance Club. It's redesigned, and So I'm going to go over it today. And while, yes, this is a little commercial about it, it is a little commercial about and a little marketing message about, the new Fitness Abundance Club. And I really hope that this episode today really kind of gives you, if you're a woman, or if you're a man, helps you understand the women in your life a little bit better. Helps you kind of give you some education on your body. Now, I really focus primarily working with women in their 40s and beyond, because when we hit 40, sometimes in our 30s, this is when our bodies kind of naturally start to transition into perimenopause, which is the time before going into menopause. Menopause is, the medical definition of it is 12 months without a period, okay? And then after you've had 12 consecutive months without a period, you have officially transitioned into menopause. And so the time before that can be a little, like, menopause is really, like, we all know the symptoms, and we all know, like, basically your hormones go to the all-time lowest level, okay? All-time lowest level of your entire life. With some exceptions, if you've had some other health issues in the past, then that can also affect your hormone levels as well. But that's the scientific, the medical definition of menopause. So I really want to dive into not just menopause and how to kind of maintain and avoid any excess weight gain during menopause, but also like that time transitioning into menopause. And I'm going to give you a little bit of backstory too, and a little bit of what my motivation is behind creating this program. So when I was 31, that was when I met Scott, my husband. And if you go back and listen to the first Wellness Abundance podcast episode, he and I share our backstory and how we each got connected with Mark Sisson. He's the Primal Blueprint guy, and kind of how we got all into these shenanigans. And we jokingly call them shenanigans, but they really are actually true, healthy, sustainable lifestyle habits that we've created, him before me, and then a lot that we've created together as a couple. But I was 31, and it was super easy for me to lean up. Super easy. All I had to do was eat whole foods and, kind of make some adjustments to my training routine as I was training for my first half marathon. And I felt like the weight just melted off. Okay. And then as I got into my late 30s, I noticed that wasn't necessarily the case. The weight kind of stayed where I was at. I was able to maintain it. And then all of a sudden, I feel like when I hit 40, my body was like, okay, we're not going to tell you what we're doing. We're just going to lean up, and then we're going to gain some weight. You're not going to change anything, but we're going to, we're just going to add some weight, and then we're going to take some weight off. And felt like I was going through this cycle, and it was very frustrating to me because I was like, what is happening with my body? So thankfully, I was able to get my hands on some of the only research about women's bodies. And now there's very little research out there on women's bodies, because what they say is that women are too complicated, which we are complicated. But I'm not buying the whole we're too complicated to study, because we cannot compare our bodies to men's. And so we cannot eat the same as men. We cannot train the same as men. We don't build muscle the same as men. So our bodies are different, and they need to be studied different. And so I truly believe, I knew that this was the missing link with my personal training and with my knowledge, my education, and my training as a health and fitness coach, is I was missing how to train women specifically. And then I did a deep dive. I went down the rabbit hole of women's hormones and aging and women in their 40s, because it could be incredibly frustrating going through this bodily change. But then I thought, there's got to be a way to work with my body rather than just constantly fighting against it. I feel like oh my gosh, I'm going through perimenopause. I'm not being able to sleep. I'm having night sweats. I'm having hot flashes. You know, this is happening, that's happening, and my cycle's all out of whack. I just really felt like deep down inside, like we didn't have to deal with these all the time, that there was a way to at least minimize these perimenopause and menopausal symptoms. So I have done a deep dive, like I said, the last year or two with women's hormones specifically. And what I did learn, so the first thing I learned that really stuck out to me is that, you know, I would get so frustrated with, I haven't changed anything in my food, like with my nutrition and my workouts. Like, why am I gaining this weight? Well, it dawned on me when I was doing this deep dive into women's hormones, like maybe because of my hormone fluctuation throughout the month, I shouldn't be eating the same throughout the month. I shouldn't be doing the same workouts throughout the month. And sure enough, that's what I learned, was there are certain periods, no pun intended, in our cycle, certain phases of our cycle where we can eat more starchy carbs, where we have more energy because of where our hormone levels are at. And then there are other phases in our cycle that maybe we need to do just a bunch of low-level walking, low-level strength training, light weights. You know, maybe we need to do that stuff, those types of workouts. Maybe we need to cut way back on the starchy carbs. You know, maybe we need to eat more protein. Maybe we need to eat more. Maybe we need to eat less, a little bit less. And after I did this deep dive, I was like, oh my gosh, like this light bulb went on in my head. And so part of my frustration in the beginning, like I mentioned, was I haven't changed anything, but I'm still gaining weight. Well, yeah, maybe that's because I haven't changed anything. And so really kind of learning how to work with your hormonal fluctuations throughout the month can be a huge game changer. So that's why I redesigned Fitness Abundance Club to really work to help teach you how to work with your body rather than against it. And then so that was really number one reason, was I couldn't figure out why I was not changing anything, but I was still gaining weight. And the second reason is because I can't do the same training program that Scott does. I mean, we do similar workouts at times, like just a couple days before recording this episode. We both did a burpee workout together, which we did different versions of it, but we both did a high intensity workout together, which was great. But I can't stay on the same training schedule as him. Sometimes we do work out together, like I said, but I can't do that because there are certain times of the month when I naturally have more energy because of where my hormone levels are at. So my body actually prefers the intense power workouts, power movements. Now, don't be intimidated. If you're not a big fitness person, don't be intense. Don't be intimidated by the words intense and power, because it's all relative. What's intense to me may not be intense to you, and vice versa. So it's all based on it's all relative. It's all on an individual basis. Okay. So just to be perfectly clear. And then, also what I learned was I can eat more starchy carbs during the first half of my cycle because I become more insulin sensitive. So what does insulin sensitivity mean? When you're more insulin sensitive, that means that your body's able to process and move the glucose through your bloodstream, through your body more efficiently and effectively. And then usually in the second half of your cycle, you're more insulin resistant. So that means that your body takes these starchy carbs that you consume and just ends up storing them as fat because it doesn't really know what to do with them. So it just automatically stores them as fat. So that could be kind of really, figuring out what that cycle is for you. Now, with all this being said, I want to put this disclaimer out there, is this could be true for me, but it may not necessarily be true for others. So I know this may be like, oh, but Melissa, you just told me that. You just told me the first half of my cycle, I could eat a lot of, a lot of potatoes and starchy carbs. And then in the second half, I should probably try and avoid that and eat more protein and fat. Well, and now you're telling me not necessarily. Yes, I know it could be confusing, but don't worry about this because I got your back. I got you. This is why I've created this program. So this program, it really consists of, really, it's a well-rounded like hybrid program. So not only, first of all, when you sign up for this program, this will kind of answer your question of like, oh, now I'm confused. What do I do? So when you sign up and join Fitness Abundance Club, which by the way is a membership, so it's a monthly subscription that you pay. You could cancel at any time. It's completely up to you. Doesn't matter to me. So you could join for as long as you want. And so when you join, you'll schedule a time, a 45-minute virtual consultation with me. So when you sign up, you'll also fill out an intake form, and it'll ask you a bunch of questions about your health and your fitness level and all that good stuff. And then you'll input your credit card for your subscription. And then it'll immediately take you to a page to where you're going to sign up for your 45-minute initial consultation with me. So you and I will get together on Zoom, and I'll go over your intake form, and we'll just talk about, what do you like to do for fitness? What do you like to eat? What's your schedule like? It'll kind of be like similar to my onboarding session with my one-on-one clients. So we'll just chat about you the entire 45 minutes. If we need to go a little bit longer than 45 minutes, I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. So this is your opportunity to share with me why you want to, what your health and fitness goals are. And then after that, I'll immediately enroll you into the My Coach app, give you access to that. You'll receive an email with login information, and we'll, during the initial consultation, we'll talk about like, also when you want to officially start, and then I'll officially enroll you on that day. And so you'll get started. I'll program a workout for you. We'll talk about it, and then I'll enroll you in the My Coach app, and you'll have access to it. And through the My Coach app, you're going to get access to my 6 pillars for sustainable, healthy lifestyle habits. So we're going to go over to talk a lot about mindset in this, and you're going to figure out your why, really hone in on it, go over any obstacles that might get in your way. It's all about getting your mind, your head in the right space. And then you'll also have some wellness abundance videos about just some basic biology, like how our body responds to sleep, how our body responds to nutrition, the food we eat, sunshine, play, all that good stuff. There's 12 modules of that. And then there's going to be some supplemental videos coming soon about women's hormones. But these are all things that you are going to have access to immediately in the beginning in written form, in text form, definitely in the beginning. So you're going to get some information on where your hormone levels should be or could be during your cycle. And then from there, we'll kind of co-create a nutrition plan that works best for you. So you'll get a grocery list, you'll get a recommended food list, you'll get a weekly plan sheet. There's so many things in there. You're going to get a whole tutorial about how the My Coach app works. And then once you're enrolled, you'll just get going. You'll just dive right in and start. Wherever it is that you'd like to start, it's completely up to you. But the cool thing about the My Coach app is I go in and I personalize it for you. And so Scott and I filmed 27 on-demand fitness videos. And so I will go in and I'll program workouts based on the equipment that you have, which is something we'll talk about during your initial consultation. And I'll go in and put workouts for each day. So we'll co-create a fitness routine for you for 4 to 6 weeks in the beginning. I think 4 weeks might be best. We can do 6 weeks if you want, but 4 weeks is really ideal just to get going, because each month you have an opportunity to have a 20-minute one-on-one virtual health coaching session with me. So during this coaching session, you and I will kind of chat about like what's happening, what worked really well these past 4 weeks. What do you think needs to be maybe tweaked a little bit? What could be done differently to really help you get the results that you want? And so in addition to that, you're also going to be invited to join 2 group coaching sessions a month. They're on Wednesdays, the first and third Wednesday of the month. Right now, they're going to be in the evening. If I get requests for daytime coaching sessions, I'm happy to accommodate as best as my schedule will permit. So I'm excited about that, because the group coaching sessions is really an opportunity for you to connect with other women in the group. And sorry, men, I hate to say it, but this is really a women focused fitness program. So men out there, if you want to work with me, we could create a program outside of it. I just really want to create that safe environment for women specifically. So you'll have access to that on the My Coach app. There is a private community that you'll have an opportunity to connect with others. It's like a private Facebook group, but not on Facebook. So you don't have to be on social media. It really is truly completely private. It's not a social media platform whatsoever. So, and then I am always looking to enhance the program. And since this is brand new, I will periodically be sending out surveys to get your feedback, what you like about it and what you would like added to it. What would you like to see more of, anything like that. So I am super excited. So if you really want to really manage your hot flashes, your night sweats, your insomnia, your weight fluctuation. Now, just to be clear, a little tidbit about weight fluctuation. Weight fluctuation is normal to gain a couple pounds here and there. Okay, our bodies fluctuate, within the cycle. If it fluctuates a little too much, that's where it's like, all right, what can be tweaked a little bit. So, but we'll talk about that in the group coaching sessions, in your one-on-one sessions with me. So I am just super excited and super pumped about this, because I really feel like this is really needed in the health and fitness world, especially for women. And the great news about this is you don't have to do the on-demand fitness videos that we offer that are, from Wellness Abundance Club, Wellness Abundance Coaching. If you prefer to work out in a gym, or you want to do some of your workouts in the gym, I will program a workout for you in the gym. If you're local to me, I'm happy to come with you to your gym and kind of show you the ropes. But the platform, the My Coach app, which is on the Coach Catalyst platform, is really cool because they have tons, like literally over 1,000, like little very, very short tutorials on how to do specific movements. Yes, it's awesome. It's really a cool app. So I will program a workout for you specifically. So you get basically a certified personal trainer virtually for a very, very low monthly investment. So, okay. So if you want to sign up or just chat with me for a little bit about Wellness or Fitness Abundance Club, I'm happy to hop on a call with you, a Zoom call or a phone call, whatever works best for you. There will be a link to visit. I'll put that in the show notes, to go to the women's strength training page on my website. And you could scroll down to the bottom and just click on schedule a time to chat with Melissa. I think that's the specific wording, but you'll see it there. And I'm happy to. And also, it might be fun to kind of gather some friends to join you, because it's so much more fun to do this with friends, right? Am I right? Yeah, friends, coworkers, and just having that community aspect makes such a big difference. So, all right. So, thank you again for listening and supporting the podcast. I'm so excited to be back and just to be sharing some amazing information with you. I have some amazing guests lined up for the future, for future episodes. So please stay tuned. And yeah, thanks so much and take care. I'll see you next time. The Wellness Abundance Podcast is sponsored by Wellness Abundance Coaching. At Wellness Abundance Coaching, we help women lose weight effortlessly and minimize anxiety with clarity, empowerment, and flexibility. We offer one-on-one and group health coaching, corporate wellness programs, and on-demand fitness videos. To learn more about how we can help you become the healthiest version of yourself and to schedule a time to chat with us, visit melissaking.net.